Terveh! Today I will show you the process of how I made this animatic for my friend Inkkey. I think both of us were very happy and excited to work on this project, so I'm also happy to share it with you. The animatic will be based on the second chapter of Inkkey's book Under the Sky, featuring her character Hiraya in a fight with a Shadim. This animatic is part 1, so hopefully we'll be able to make part 2 sometime soon, and hopefully it will be an improvement. In case you haven't seen the full animatic, I won't be showing it in this video, so go on her channel to look at it. Well, let's get started. A crucial part of this animatic was the Shadim. Shadim are the monsters in Under the Sky. This is a rough sketch that Inkkey made for me to work off of. Both of us were happy with the final design that I came up with. I tried to make the face look like a mix between a pug, pig, and maybe an ox. Inkkey wanted a big on the top and small on the bottom, so I made the bottom of the monster this wispy thing, kind of like a genie coming from a lamp. Overall, just a scary, shadowy monster is what she was going for. I hope I accomplished that. Obviously, it also needed a weapon, which I also designed. My first design was very bland, so I came up with another one, and we were both much happier with this. I added teeth to the weapon as well, because I wanted teeth to be a motif in the Shadim design. The monster is twice as big as Hiraya. The animatic is going to take place in a dead forest where there is this labyrinth. I went and designed how the trees would look in this forest. I made the branches look a little bit like spider legs to add to the creepiness. I also made the inside of the log look a little bit like a labyrinth in itself, which I thought was a pretty cool touch. In this phase I also mapped out where everything is and how she would be going around this place. Now, I was trying to keep the backgrounds consistent to make it clear what's happening. I also made this mock-up version of how the animatic will look with the storyboards to figure out the timing and where the sound effects would go and things like that. Inkkey was happy with the results, so I moved on to the next stage. I made these simple versions of the backgrounds at first, which I later refined with more detail and foliage. After the backgrounds were done, I imported them in the storyboard file. Since my original drawings were very rough, I did need to do a second pass on the sketching to make sure that I will know what to do for the cleanup. Speaking of the cleanup, it was kind of tedious, but I think it was the most fun part in the end. I tried to copy Inkkey's style with the way that I draw Hiraya, but honestly I don't think I did a very good job. Since I knew that Inkkey likes anime, I wanted to add some motifs like that in this animatic as well. However, my only experience with anime is the Pokemon cartoons, so I was basically going off of that. In the end, I think I could have done a way better job at keeping the style consistent throughout the animatic, but hopefully I will improve on that in the next one. Well, that's mostly all I had to say for the process. If you would like to see the full animatic, it's on Inkkey's channel, and I will add a link to it in the description. Anyway, here are all the steps that it took to make this animatic. For the next one, I do have some improvements in mind. The first one would be that I would number the scenes, because it did get a little bit confusing after a while. Since there are over 20 scenes and they were not numbered, so I was just switching between images and it felt a little bit confusing at times, so I would definitely do that. The next thing I feel like would be that I would communicate things a little bit better with Inkkey. I don't think I did a bad job at communicating at what step I was in the process, but I do think I could have done better. And the whole process could have been a little bit more organized overall. And the third thing would have to do with that, since I think our schedule was not organized enough, and also I made it too short, so I often had to move deadlines a little bit later. because I thought I could do it a lot faster, but things came up that made it harder for me, so I would definitely make the deadlines a little bit more sparse. Overall, I learned a lot, and I'm hoping that the next one will be a lot better. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Hyviä yötä!